listen, man. Dewey Rocker in the building. Gazer, gazer. Smooth Skin Rocker in the building. Gazer, gazer. Nature Rocker in the building. Gazer, gazer. Some Gazer Rocker in the building. Gazer, gazer. Fresh Cut Rocker in the building. Gazer, gazer. Spiritual Rocker and AK Rocker in the building. Gazer, gazer. AK Rocker, give me one more chance in the building. Gazer, gazer. What's good with y'all, boys? Peep the fresh cut, you dig? Fresh cut, yes sir. Smooth skin too. Shaped it all off, baby. Honestly, I look better like this. Now, how y'all been? I'm back at it with another story time for y'all. You feel me? Now, this is a crazy story time, right? So basically, this was the time where this is actually funny though. This is the time where like we was like getting like food from Zaxby's because I don't eat McDonald's or none of that, bro. I prefer Zaxby's. Like I basically like eat Zaxby's and shit. And we got into like a drive-by food for the drive-thru and shit. Luckily, no one was hurt, bruh. But this is a funny ass story though. So it was me, Brandon, Cameron, Leandre, right? And it was at like Cameron's place. And this man recently just got himself a new car and became a licensed gun owner and got himself a pair of new guns and shit for self-defense. He kept them in the car just in case something happened on the road and shit. Basically, he took that shit everywhere he went with him, bruh. And we was talking and shit, right? And like Brandon says, like we gotta eat to earn some respect, right? And Leandre said, let's go get some tacos. And then Brandon said, nah, I want some chicken. And Leandre got so upset saying, man, I don't want no chicken. And then like I said, let's drive to Zaxby's and shit, whoa. So basically we drove to Zaxby's, right? I was in the passenger seat because I don't have a license, right? And then like we stopped for a minute, and then Cameron says, "I don't feel like driving anymore. AK, you drive." I'm like, "Shit, I don't have a license, but fuck it, bro. I'll drive that shit." But anyways, I drove to like the Zaxby's and shit, bro. And like Brandon asked us to hurry the fuck up what we gonna order and shit. And I said I have a number 9. Leandre said like he'll have a number 9. And Cameron in the back said, I have a number 6 with extra dip. And this is how Brandon said the order, right? Let me remind you, Brandon's like big ass fuck. He's like chubby and shit, right? So let me remind you what he said. This is how he said it. I have 2 number 9s. A number 9 large. A number 6 with extra dip. Number 7, 2 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda. And the 3 of us all looked at Brandon for a moment like this, like, and we're all in our heads saying, pass. See. And they pass us the food, right? I'm like, damn, this man ordered that much. Hungry ass. They pass us the food, and we're just opening our food up and making jokes. And Brandon said a joke about how Leandre eats out of trash can and shit. And then we see like these like Cubans like these Crips, like I believe they were like Cuban because they look Cuban and shit, bro. Like they were Crips, like basically fake Crips and shit, bro. And basically we was like, why they turning around? And then Cameron said, "Oh shit, drive by," and we all got down and they started shooting us, going like. And then they told me step on it, so I drove and like I bumped into to their car. And I pulled out my shit, and like basically Cameron told there was like guns under the seats and shit, and I pulled out another one. So I dropped the one I had and pulled out the one that Cameron just got. So basically, I'm driving, and then like Cameron tells us to start blasting. And I start blasting and shit. I go like boom, 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 right? And so does Leandro go like da 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 da. And Cameron does the same thing too, right? And then all of a sudden, like they bump into our car and we bump back, and then I tell like Brandon, why ain't you blasting? And this whole time Brandon was eating his food, and he was also eating our food as well. And Brandon said, "I'll start blasting once I'm done eating my food." And I'm like, forget it, bro. I'm just gonna keep on blasting at these jits, bro. So basically, I just kept blasting, going like, buh, 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 and like I bumped into the car again, bro, and it started spun out of control. And then they try like turn around and shit, bro, and shit. And then Cameron, and Andre just kept shooting at the car and shit. And I just shot a few more shots and shit, bro. And I bumped into the car again, and there was like smoke coming out of the car and shit. And like the shooters got out, like one of them was like already hit, like he already fell to the ground, like and bro, that man looked dead for real though. Like he was already on the ground and shit, bro. And then the other dude like was just like running too, like when he couldn't run no more, so he stopped. He only ran like 3 cars and stopped at the 4th car and shit, and just laid on the sidewalk. And then like the car exploded with the other 2 guys running out and shit, like knocking one of them unconscious and another dude getting hit by a car. And then we just drove back and it was like, damn, that shit was just crazy. And then Brandon, after the shooting just happened, after we literally started driving home, this man said, that food was delicious. And then Leandre said, "You chunky motherfucker, you ate all our food. You did nothing, bro. The next time we see blast at him, we're gonna blast at you." And then he said this, right? Brandon said this: "If everybody else is losing their food, take all that you can." I'm like, nigga. And then like we dropped Cameron and Leandre at like at Cameron's place, right? And I decided to just take Brandon home to his place. And like I asked Brandon like, "Damn, Brandon, what was that about?" Man, and this is what Brandon said, right? "Man, if everyone else, like I said, if everyone else is losing theirs, take all that you can, bro. Like, eat all before it gets cold." And I asked him, "Why'd you move out of Apaka and all that, right?" And he said, "My aunt gave me some money, so I got myself a new crib and bought me a whole lot of stuff." And like he explained the whole situation that he got a new crib and all with his aunt's money and shit, bro. And basically, that's like, and so I just drop him home, and then I just drive back to Cameron's place and leave the car there. And the car's like all messed up and shit with bullet holes and broken windows and shit, bro. And it was like a brand new car, all fucked up, bro. And someone posted the whole thing on Snapchat story, and they said that the cops weren't even looking for us, that they weren't interested in us because they saw because there were like people who saw the whole thing and they saw the security camera and shit that happened because they saw as self-defense that some people just gained their food and just want some food, and that's all. And I heard like the guys who did that like got arrested and shit, bro, or some shit, or like and like two of them wound up dead, or like three. I don't know, bruh. But anyways, that's the crazy like story on of what happened when we was getting food at Zaxby's one time, bruh. You feel me? Hope y'all enjoyed this story, right? Don't forget comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.